जय जय श्रीमन्नारायण, जय 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 श्रीमन्नारायण, Srimate Ramanujaya Namah. I welcome you all in the 42nd part of our ongoing Gita lessons. And we are here listening the beautiful, most authentic commentary on the most authentic literature prevailing in this world, and that is Gita ji. We are listening the commentary done by Bhashakar Sri Raman Swamiji, who is an incarnation of the Sheshnag and the incarnation of a Jagat Guru, and thus it is the most authentic. So let's start from the 42nd episode. Before that, I would like to request you, if you hadn't subscribed my channel, please do subscribe and show the first support. We do here distribute fruits at the occasion of Ekadashi in Vrindavan, and the next Ekadashi is going to fall on 28th of Ekadashi, and those who are doing parikrama around the Vrindavan, that is about 12 kilometers, we do pay service by fruits. You can also join that by donating 2,500 rupees for that thing. Another announcement is that now in this Kartik Mass, we were waiting for the Kartik Mass, and we started the work on 108 Divyadesham, the 108 temples of Bhagavan Sriman Narayan, which had been prevailing from different yugas. It's a collection of 108 Divyadesham, it is said in that way manner, and we are preparing a beautiful calendar in that thing. If you really want that calendar, please give a message in the mobile number which we have provided you in the title section. So please give us a message. And for our service, we are providing service by spreading the message of Gita ji and other literatures, which you can also see in our videos list. So please, if you want to donate, please donate and help this mission to flourish. Now we are going to start the 10th mantra from 5th chapter, that is Karma Sannyas Yoga. Bhagavan is saying, Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yah lipyate na sapapena padma patra mimam vasa. It means that those who surrender their all actions in the nature, for the nature, and are freed from the attachment with the actions and the fruits of those actions, that Jivatma, that yogi, never gets bounded with the sins. There is an example put up there, just similar to that of the lotus. You can see the petals of lotus, the leaves of lotus. They are present in the pond, they are present in the water, but never get wet. And thus, this is the situation. Let's see what the explanation is being done by Bhashyakar. Brahma shabdena prakriti iha uchyate. Mamayonir mahad brahma iti hi vakshate. As it is said in the 3rd mantra, 14th chapter, which we'll read later on. Here, the Brahma Shabda means Prakriti, the nature. The nature had been represented by Prakriti, because how to understand that thing? Brahma is the supreme Paramatma, but here Prakriti had been denoted by Brahma term. How is it so? In the 3rd mantra, 14th chapter, Bhagavan had said that Mamayonir Mahad Brahma, this Brahma, this Mahad Brahma, this Prakriti is my, you can say, is my resemblance. It is my form. In that way, Bhagavan had said. Thus, here, nature had been denoted by the term named as Brahma. Further, Bhashyakar is explaining that Indriyanam Prakriti Paranam Vishesha Rupatvena Indriyakarena Avastitayam Prakritau Pashyan Shrinavan Ityadina Ukta Prakarena Karmani Adhaya Phalasangam Tattva Naiva Kinchit Karomi इति यह कर्माणि करोति सप्रकृति संसृष्टतया वर्तमानः. अपि प्रकृत्यात्माभिमान रूपेण संबंध हेतुना पापेन न लिप्यते पद्मपत्रमिवाम्बसा यथा पद्मपत्रम अंबसा संसृष्टम अपि न लिप्यते यथा न लिप्यते इत्यर्थ. The explanation is such that we had got different organs. Eyes are there, ears are there, nose, tongue, and the skin and hands. Another thing. These all organs are an outcome of the effect of nature. Therefore, the body should also be accepted as the gift of the nature, the result of the nature. And therefore, when these senses, these eyes are looking anything, who is looking? The eyes. And who had created the eyes? This nature. So, in this way, as stated in the earlier 41st part, you should visit that, you should try to listen the explanation of the 8th and 9th shloka of the 41st part. There it has been said that if you accept the actions to be done in that way, the actions done by all the organs are to be done, are to be accepted to be done and performed by the nature itself. If you accept this thing, and in this way you surrender the doership of all the actions in the nature itself, and if you are able to free yourself from all the fruits and outcomes of such actions, performed actions, then you are able to accept that you are not the doer of any such action been done in this world. With such a feeling, even if you are performing the actions in this nature, like that of, you can think that these eyes are provided by the nature, and the scene which you are observing is also provided by the nature. But with such feeling, which had been described earlier, if you are looking this nature by these natural eyes, then also you are not going to be bonded, attached with the outcomes of the scene which you had seen by the eyes, of the words which you had heard by the ears, of the taste you had tasted by the tongue, of the places where you are visited by the legs. You are not bonded with those actions and the fruits of those actions. How is it so? It is said that it is similar to the condition that yatha padma patram ambasa sansrishtam. It is similar to the action that the leaves of the lotus are having balance on the pond, on the water of the pond. They are taking water from the pond. They are present in the pond, but they never get wet. Similarly, the nature is to be seen. The natural eyes had been provided by the nature, but the scene, the vision, the effect of the visions are not to be bonded by the Atma itself. This is the essence of this 10th mantra. Let's see what Bhagavan is saying in the 11th mantra. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalair indriyairapi yogina karma kurvanti sangam tyaktvatma shuddhe. What does the karma yogis do? In Gita, it is a very important thing that yogi word had been denoted, had been used for the karma yogis, those who are performing the actions in this world. The karma yogi, when he is freed from all the actions and is performing the who is in the status that is freed from actions, that is totally detached from the actions, but he is performing actions with his body, with his mana, with his buddhi, mind, intellectuality, and with his sense organs. Then why is he performing the actions? Just to purify his Atma. Here is a confusion. Does Atma becomes dirty? Because Atma is Niranjana, as said in the Upanishad. Atma is freed from any kind of changes. It's Nirvikara. It never accepts any change. Then how is it that, why is there need of the purification of Atma. We should understand that thing. Bhashyakar had explained this thing. Let's see the explanation. Kaya mano buddhindriya sadhyam karma swargadi phala sangam tyaktva yogina atma vishuddhaye kurvanti. Atmagata prachina karma bandhan vinashaya kurvanti ityartha. What the yogis are doing that? They are performing their actions by the body, their mind, their intellect and their organs. They are performing those things. But they are not attached with the fruits like that of the swarg and other pleasures. They are freed from those fruits. And in this way, they perform the actions only for the purification of Atma. Here, Bhashyakar had elaborated the purification of Atma, that purification of Atma means to clear up all the sankalpas, all the oaths, all the promises of the previous births, and all the fruits which are present as an outcome of the actions which had been performed by the different bodies in the past births, which had been provided to that particular Atma. This is the meaning of Atma Shuddhi, purification of Atma. It's not that Atma is there to be in the condition of, it had attained the condition of impurity and it needs to be purified. Purification of Atma just means to clear up, to end up all the bondages due to the different actions and due to the different fruits, due to the different promises, oaths which had been present in the mana and buddhi. Okay, got the point? Let's see what Bhagavan is saying in the 12th mantra. Yukta karmphalam tyaktva shanti mapnoti naishtikim ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibaddhate. The Yukta Purush, the yogi, gets detached from the fruits and therefore attains the eternal peace. Those who are not yogi, ayogi, such persons are bound in the fruits and desires in this due to those related to those actions, and therefore they get bonded, they get attached with the actions. Let's see the explanation. Yuktaha atma vyatirikta phaleshu achapala atmaika pravanaha karma phalam tyaktva kevalatma shuddhaye karmanusthaya naishtikim shantim apnoti sthiram atmanubhava rupam nirvritim apnoti. Those yukta purush, those bonded purush means bonded with what? Fruits and the actions of fruits? No. Here the bonded persons means those who are bonded with the feeling of Atma Abhiman. They had accepted that they are Atma, not the body. Such persons are not having, you can say, distracted mind, disturbed mind for different fruits other than Atma Anubhuti, other than experiencing Atma. They are totally involved, indulged to feel the Atma and experience the Atma. And therefore, what they do, they are in a practice to not having focus on the fruits of the actions, and they are in the practice to perform the actions only for Atma Shuddhi. Such practitioners attain eternal bliss. And in this way, they experience the Atma, thus gets the total satisfaction, or you can say the Paramananda. Ayukta Atma Vyatirikta Phaleshu Chapala Atma Valokan Vimukha Kama Karena Phale Sakta Karmani Kurvan Nityam Karmabhi Baddhate Nitya Sansari Bhavati. Here, Bhashyakar is explaining that what do you mean by Ayukta? Means a person in a status of not having any bonding with what? With the experience of Atma. We should try to get bond with the feeling of Atma, the knowledge of Atma, the knowledge of Paramatma. If such persons were not in that status, they are lacking the status to have experience of Atma. What they do, that they are having distracted mind. They are having very durable mind, versatile mind. Their mana is focused on different topics, and therefore they are not able to focus on Atma Sakshatkar, on the experience, in the condition to experience Atma. And thus they are totally get indulged in the different vasanas of created by the actions and the fruits of those actions, and therefore they are not having an opportunity to feel Atma Sakshatkar. As a result, they are get bonded, they are bonded with the karmas, and they are bonded in the chakra, in the cycle of life and death as a result. See, there is an example of Ravan. Ravan used to have 10 heads. 10 heads means his all organs were distracted in different sides. The scene was there that Paramatma Bhagavan Sri Ram was present there. People were trying to focus mind of Ravana. Oh Ravana, Ram is there. He is the Bhagavan Shriman Narayan. You should go and surrender to him. But due to the distracted mind in the different directions, the 10 heads are resembling the distracted mind, unfocused mind. Even if the Paramatma was present there, in the form of Bhagavan Sri Ram, he was able to recognize, he was able to accept, and he was able to change his status of mind. So a distracted mind, a ayukta mind, is very dangerous. Bhashyakar is explaining that अतः फलसंग रहित इंद्रियाकारेण परिणतायां प्रकृतौ कर्माणि संन्यस्य आत्मनो बन्धमोचनाय एव कर्माणि कुर्वीत इति उक्तं भवति. Here Bhagavan had explained that thus all the yogis should try to perform the actions with a status of attaining a nature in which the yogi is freed from all the fruits as an outcome, which are an outcome of the actions. And therefore, they should try to accept these all senses to be the result of nature. They should accept these eyes to be provided by the nature, these ears to be provided by the nature, and accepting this thing, the scene, the sound, whatever the objects of the different organs are there, they should be totally surrendered to the eyes themselves, and the Atma should not be indulged in those actions. If in this way a person, a sadhak, is able to clear all the chains which had encircled Atma, and thus he can practice the different karmas in this way, in this status of mind. अतः देहाकार परिणतायाम प्रकृतौ कर्तृत्व संन्यास उच्यते. Here it is said that the nature in the form of your body, if you are surrendering all the actions to this nature, how is it possible, or how you can practice this thing? It is being stated in the 13th mantra here. Let's see what Bhagavan had said in the 13th mantra. सर्वकर्माणि मनसा सन्न्यस्यास्ते सुखम वशी नवद्वारे पुरे देहि नैव कुर्वन् नकारयन्. Those who had total control over their man, such practitioners, such yogi tries to, or is able to, surrender the doership of all the actions to this body itself, and he is not indulged in performing any action, or he is not indulged in you can say in guiding any actions to be performed. He is not, that Atma, that yogi is not interested in giving permissions to these organs to allowing or disallowing. He is not having he doesn't accept the mastership of these organs too. Let's see what the explanation is. आत्मनः प्राचीन कर्म मूल देह संबंध प्रयुक्तम इदम कर्मणाम कर्तृत्वम न स्वरूप प्रयुक्तम इति विवेक विषयेण मनसा सर्वाणि कर्माणि नवद्वारे पूरे संन्यास वशी देहि स्वयं देहाधिष्ठान प्रयत्नम अकुर्वन् देहं न एव कार्यं सुखम आस्ते. Bhashyakar is explaining that when we are observing that this Atma, as it is present in the body, sometimes we get confused that this Atma is also doing some actions. It is only due to its relation with this body having different organs and this body which had been provided by the nature to you. In reality, the Atma is not bonded with any actions. And if a sadhak had accepted this thing, then whenever with such a confirmed mind, with such a controlled manner, if he is able to surrender all the doership of his actions in this body as a gift of nature, accepting this body as the nature, he was able to surrender all these things there. And in this way, if he is performing, we are thinking that the Atma is performing such actions. Even if he is in the condition of performing actions in this world, because he needs to perform these actions, he will be breathing there, he will be blinking the eyes there, he will be opening the ears, some sound would be coming there. There will be taste of sour, salty, bitter and all these things. If he is performing there, it is said that the Atma is not really any doer of such actions, or Atma is not the master who is allowing these eyes to see or disallowing these eyes not to see. Means he is not the master, he is not, the Atma is not working as that of a boss of these organs. It is totally freed from the actions and the fruits and has surrendered this nature to do what this nature wants, and therefore it is totally freed from those things. Sakshat Atmana Swabhavika Rupama. Now in the 14th, Bhagavan is discussing about the real form of Atma. Na kartritvam na karmani lokasya srijati prabhu na karma phala sanyogam swabhavastu pravartate. In reality, Atma is not the doer of the actions which had been done in the different bodies where it is residing. It is not attached with the actions. It is not attached with the fruits of those actions. In this way, who is the real doer of those actions? It is said that nature, Prakriti, is the main thing which is performing swabhavastu pravartate. The natural system is the main cause of all such actions. Let's see the explanation. What Bhashyakar is saying there, that asya dev tiryang manushya sthavaratmana prakriti sansargena vartamanasya lokasya devadyasadharanam kartritvam tat asadharanani karmani tat karmajanya devadi phal sanyogam sa ayam prabhu akarma vasya swabhavika swarupena avasthit atma na sriyati notpadayati. Here Bhashyakar explained that due to the relation with the nature, one is attaining the form of deity, demigods. Tiryak, the shape of snake, shape of animals, shape of birds, reptiles, all these things, either it be man or either it be buffalo, it doesn't matter. These all different forms had been attained by that Atma due to the nature, and therefore these body are really related to the doership nature of those actions. It is said that, and thus all the actions which are an outcome of this body, these all actions are also related with the nature, and the fruits of those actions which are an outcome of the actions done by the body which that Atma had been benefited with, these all actions and the fruits of those actions are related with that body, and thus therefore by the nature itself. And here it is said that the Prabhu, Atma had been named as Lokas Srijati Prabhu, that Prabhu which is not bonded with the actions, is totally in its own form, and Atma is not responsible for performing any actions, and it is not producing any fruits too. Kahatari, then who is the real doer and the creator of those fruits? Who is he? Then it is said that Swabhava tu pravartate, Swabhava prakriti vasana. Swabhava, the natural system, is the main entity who is originating the fruits and the actions. What is that natural system? It is the prakriti vasana. It is the, you can say, the vasana, the desires, the promises which are attached by the, which had been attached by the nature itself. That is the main cause of different actions and the fruits which are coming due to those actions. Anadikala pravritta purva purva karma janita deva dhyakara prakriti sansarga krita tat atma vimana janita vasana kritam idrisham kartritwadikam sarvam na swarupa prayuktam ityartha. Bhaskara had cleared it. What do you mean by Swabhava? It is said that all the actions which had been done in the different bodies which that Atma had been benefited in the different past births, those all actions had created those fruits. And therefore, those fruits are to be present there in the scene. Here it is said that the resemblance of Abhiman in those actions due to the body present there are due to the vasana, due to the desires, due to the mental attachment with the fruits and actions which were prevailing in the past births. And due to those desires from past births, it is the in the scene of present world, the common man is thinking himself to be the doer of such actions. Actually, the Atma is not in reality meant with those actions, it's not bonded with those actions. But we are thinking that the cow will provide milk. The buffaloes would provide milk, but the cuckoos will not provide you milk. The cuckoos are providing you sweet music. Why are they providing sweet music, not milk? This is due to the actions done in the past births and the attachment with those actions. That has created a situation that Atma had been benefited with the form of a cuckoo, that you are going to provide a sweet music, and that another Atma had been provided with a body of a cow, that you are going to provide a milk there. Let's see what Bhagavan is saying in the 15th mantra. Na datte kasachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhu ajnanina vritam jnanam tena mohiyanti jantava. This vibhu, this Atma, is not in the practice to accept anyone's sin done by anyone, nor it is in the mood to absorb the punya, the virtues, the good deeds done by anyone. But in reality, we think the Atma to be in the doer nature. Here Bhagavan is saying that this Atma had been uncovered by a Gyan, and therefore a Jivatma is getting distracted, mohit, it is in the condition of confused status. Let's see the explanation. कस्यचित् स्वसंबंधितया अभिमतस्य पुत्रादेः पाकं दुःखं न आदते न अपनुदते कस्यचित् प्रकृतिकूलतया अभिमतस्य कृतं सुखं न आदते न अपनुदते. This Atma is not having the ability to accept the sorrows, the sins of their own relatives, their friends, like that of son and other friends. They are not able to accept those sins, so that and nor they are able to remove those sins from those. Secondly, it is also said that this Atma is not also able to absorb the good virtues, the punya, which had been done by their enemies, so that if I will absorb the punya, then they will get sorrows. He is not able, that Atma can't absorb the different virtues done by their enemies. And nor they are able to remove those virtues, those good deeds from their life. They can't provide that thing. Yat ayam vibho na kvachit kaha. Because it is a vibhu. It is not going to stay in a single place continuously. It is able to stay in different places. That is the quality of Atma, and thus it had been termed as vibhu. न देवादि देहादि असाधारण देश अतएव न कश्चित् संबंधी न कश्चित् प्रतिकूला च सर्वम इदम वासना कृतम. It is said that this Atma is not promised to stay in a particular body, so that it will choose a beautiful body. Oh, I have become a deity and I will continue to be a deity. No. It will change the location. It will become a bird. It will become a reptilia. It will become a human. It will become an animal. It will become a deity, and all these things. That Atma is able to change the different places. And therefore, since the Atma is not present at a fixed position, in reality, in the real philosophy, there is no any friend of that Atma, and there is no any foes, enemies of that Atma. Then what is there in the scene which we are observing? These all friends and foes, likes and dislikes are just due to the sankalpa of the previous births. Otherwise, Atma is neither a friend nor an enemy of anyone. एवं स्वभावस्य कथम इयम विपरीत वासना उत्पद्यते. Atma is nirvikara, it is totally freed from any kind of changing. But in the real world, if Atma are present in the body, we think that this Atma is the doer of all such actions, and we get, you can say, we accept the doership of that Atma present in that body. Why is there different status? It being not a doer, it is being accepted as the doer of such things. So it is said that अज्ञानेन आवृतं ज्ञानम ज्ञान विरोधिना पूर्व कर्मणा स्वफलानुभव योग्यत्वाय अस्य ज्ञानम आवृतं संकोचितम तेन ज्ञानावरण रूपेण कर्मणा देवादिदेह संयोग तद आत्माभिमान रूप मोह च जायते. It is said that this opposite status is due to the jnana. The real knowledge had been covered with ajnana. Ajnana means lack of experience related to Atma. This is called ajnana. Those actions and the fruits which had been done in previous births are the big obstacles to experience Atma Jnana. And therefore, Jnana had been covered, shrinked due to the presence of abundant agyan in a big amount, in a surplus amount. The gyan is shrinked, the gyan is covered there. It is said that the karma, which is the cover of this gyan, is due to the presence of these bodies of different shapes, of shapes of animals, shapes of deities, shapes of human, or any other different bodies. And the karma had covered the gyan, and thus in that body the Atma thinks it's himself to be in that way. Means if the Atma is present in the form of butterfly, it thinks itself to be a butterfly. The Atma is present in the form of a insect, mosquito, then the Atma thinks itself to be a mosquito. The Atma is present in the form of man, it thinks itself to be a man. This is due to the ajnana. Ajnanavritam jnanam. Tata cha तथा विधात्माभिमान वासना तदुचित कर्मासना च वासना तो विपरीतात्माभिमान कर्मारंभश्च उपपद्यते. It is said that thereafter thinking the Atma thinks itself to be in the form of butterfly, accepts itself to be a mosquito, accepts itself to be a, means it accepts to be in the form of that body, and as it is the Dehabhimani condition, then it is bonded, it is attached with the desires of those actions. Due to the attached condition with those desires, it is attached with the karma and all those actions also. And if the actions are present there, the desires with such actions are present there, then it is said that the bondage with those fruits are also present there. Bhashyakar announces that the vasana, the desire which creates attachment with the actions, that is opposite to the jnana which relates to the experience of Atma, and thus that Atma present in the body is assumed to be the doer of those actions. Let's see how this condition is to be cleared. Bhashyakar is explaining there that in the Sarvam Jnana Plave Naiva Vrijinam Santarishashi, Gita 4/36, ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात कुरुते तथा गीता 4/37, नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशम पवित्रम गीता 4/38 इति पूर्वोक्तम स्वकाले संगमयति. Bhashyakar is explaining here that in the 36th mantra, 4th chapter, which had been discussed earlier, Bhagavan is saying that with the help of a boat in the form of jnana, one is able to cross the ocean of sins. In the 37th mantra, 4th, Bhagavan is saying that with the fire of Agni, with the heat of Jnana, one is able to burn all the karmas, all the actions, all the duties of different births. In the 38th mantra, 4th chapter, Bhagavan is saying that there is none any other pure thing than that of the jnana itself. In this way, Bhagavan is again repeating the topic of jnana which he had discussed in the 36th, 37th, the 38th mantra, 4th chapter. Here, Bhagavan is thinking that here again the topic of jnana is needed to clear the topic discussed earlier. So what Bhagavan is going to discuss about the importance of Jnana, we will be listening in the next episode, 43rd episode, which will be starting from the 16th mantra of the 5th chapter. Till then, I will request you to please kindly share this information to all other friends. And if you think that these actions of advertising our literatures is important, please donate us to help this mission spread much more. We are also here providing Falahar Seva of service of fruits to those doing parikrama around Vrindavan, that is the distance of 12 km, and the parikrama ends up at our point where we are situated. We do provide fruits at Ekadashi. You can also join us with providing only 2,500 rupees in this service. We are also planning or designing the 108 Divyadesham in this Pavitra Kartik Maas. Hopefully, before the beginning of this new year 2025, we will be having the calendar prepared, which will be including 108 images of different vigrahas, different Archavatar of Bhagavan Sriman Narayan present in the different 108 temples of this world. So here we will request you, if you want that calendar, that beautiful calendar, it will be having very you can say informative calendar related to the Bhagavan Sriman Narayan's incarnations and stories. So if you want that thing, please provide us a message so that as soon as that is prepared, we will try to provide a courier very fast to you. Another message is that we will request you to please do kindly subscribe and share this video. Again, we will be with the 43rd part. Till then, Jai Sriman Narayan.